The real test came in early 2020, when COVID-19 sparked a global market sell-off. Anna watched in horror as her portfolio lost nearly half its value in just 6 weeks. Yet unlike many panicking investors, she saw an opportunity. Her automated orders continued, and she manually added an extra $20 at the worst of the crash, funneling money into undervalued companies. She diversified beyond the S&P 500, allocating portions into technology ETFs, consumer staples funds, and a small slice into a renewable energy trust. By mid-2021, as markets roared back, her balance had climbed past $100,000, an achievement she celebrated by sending a screenshot to her college roommate with the caption, "Worth every cent of $1." Emboldened by this progress, Anna refined her strategy. She split her portfolio into 3 buckets: a principal bucket she would never touch, a dividend bucket for reinvestment, and a growth bucket for tactical buys in hot sectors. She set calendar reminders each quarter to rebalance toward target allocations: 60% index, 30% dividend payers, 10% opportunistic picks. In 2023, she began mentoring younger investors at her alma mater's finance club, leading workshops on setting up automatic investments and reading market sentiment. She recounted how a single initial dollar had, through the magic of compounding, outpaced traditional savings accounts, outperforming bank CD rates that languished below 1%. Then came August 14, 2025, 35 years to the day since her first $1 purchase. Anna sat in front of her laptop as the final number updated, $1,023.45. Silence enveloped her room as she stared at the screen, tears welling up. She whispered, "Trust the process," before sharing the milestone on Reddit's r/investing community. Responses flooded in: "I need to start today, mind blown, this is what I needed to see." News outlets picked up the tale of the $1 girl, turning Anna into an accidental ambassador for long-term, disciplined investing. Her journey proved that compounding interest is not a myth for the gifted few, it's a straightforward algorithm anyone can follow: invest small, stay consistent, and let time do the heavy lifting. When July 2023 arrived, Phuong felt both exhilarated and terrified. Chasing a $670 monthly payment on her student loan from a base salary of $2,200 was daunting. Her budget tightened to the bone: $1,200 rent, $200 food, $50 utilities, $80 transportation, leaving exactly $670 for her loan snowball and a $20 cushion. Within days, the local tech startup where she worked announced a hiring freeze and cut year-end bonuses entirely, snatching away her projected $1,200 windfall. Many would have panicked. Instead, Phuong leaned on the contingency fund she'd quietly built. Each month she had diverted $100 into a $1,000 emergency stash. Now, she split her payment strategy: $600 to the loan, $70 to replenish her cushion, and $0 to extras. It wasn't perfect, but it kept her on track. Phuong also launched a side hustle: virtual bookkeeping for 2 small e-commerce entrepreneurs she'd met at a local meetup. Charging $25 per hour, she booked 10 to 15 hours weekly, adding $250 to $375 extra per month toward her loan. She treated that income as bonus snowball, never touching it for living expenses. With every deposit, she'd update her amortization schedule in Notion, represented as a downward-sloping line graph, and note how many months she'd shaved off her payoff date. By December 2023, she had chipped the balance down to $8,500. Friends at her weekend running group began asking how she did it, and she found herself leading informal financial freedom workshops at the community center, teaching the same snowball and budgeting strategies that saved her sanity. In April 2024, a sudden car accident left her with a $650 repair bill. It should have derailed her momentum, but Phuong simply drew $200 from her emergency fund and postponed a non-essential $150 purchase. She then added an extra 5 hours to her side hustle the following weeks to recoup the cost. Each time she faced an unexpected expense, a surprise tax bill, a medical copay, she reminded herself of her mission: zero debt in 18 months. The community she'd built cheered her on via group chats and shared memes, reminding her that progress wasn't linear but cumulative. Finally, on June 15, 2024, exactly 18 months after her journey began, Phuong logged into her lender's portal and clicked Submit Final Payment, $650. The screen refreshed to read balance, $0, account closed. She stared in disbelief as tears gathered in her eyes, then streamed live to her debt-free community to announce, "I did it. I'm officially debt-free." The chat exploded with applause emojis. In total, she'd paid $16,800, $3,200 less than the minimum payment plan would have cost her over 10 years. Phuong's story spread beyond social media. A major personal finance blog featured her as a case study, spotlighting her blend of disciplined budgeting, strategic side gigs, and use of visual progress tracking tools. She received messages from graduating seniors, mid-career professionals, even retirees seeking to tackle lingering medical debt. Her journey underscored a universal truth: crushing debt isn't about having high income, it's about designing a plan, celebrating small wins, building an accountability network, and adapting to life's curveballs without losing sight of the finish line. And as Phuong often reminds her followers, freedom isn't free, but it can certainly be financed.